ready? Are you ready? Let's give it up for Ailee. You good?
Karen Evans, 15, left us February 18th. She was a beloved daughter, sister, granddaughter, and friend. It is impossible to articulate how much we will miss her. This obituary would not have been published if it had not been for bullying. Karen Evans killed herself after being bullied. We have to stop bullying because this is not a unique case. Bullying has affected everyone. What is it? Why is it a problem? And what can we do to stop it? When somebody is being mean and making you hurt, being rude to somebody when you know it's wrong and you do it to hurt their feelings, being mean, shoving people, calling people bad names and stuff like that. It's a person or something that is being mean in a way to hurt their feelings or physically. It's a person who is mean to you and calls you names and hurts you and is mean. These statements are quotes from children between the ages of 7 and 11 from my neighborhood. Of the 12 kids I interviewed, 7 told me that they had been bullied, and of those 7, 5 told me that the abuse had included physical harassment. Based on this sample, 58% of kids have been bullied, and 71% of that is physical abuse. Officially, only 16% of American kids are bullied. I used to work at the elementary school that these kids go to, and I never saw bullying, but it's happening at an alarming rate. 8-year-old Selena said that she was 5 the first time that she was bullied. She said that, at school, there's this boy that was chasing me at recess, and he hurt me. He knocked me down and kind of choked on me. 7-year-old Ailee says that he gets bullied about once a month. One of them told me my face was disgusting, rubbed a paper towel in my face, got it wet and put it in my ear. Another told me that he would punch me in the face. 9-year-old Tyler says that he's been bullied maybe once or twice. He was kind of mean, and he tackled me. I ran away. As adults, we tend to overlook a lot of bullying because it looks like Tyler's. They could have just been playing. But I believe that bullying happens as soon as one person stops wanting to play. Is bullying a problem, or is that just part of growing up? According to an organization known as Bullying Statistics, suicide is the leading cause of death in younger people, equaling about 4,400 deaths per year. A study done in Britain reports that over half of all suicides have something to do with bullying. There's even a word for it, bullycide. Bullying victims are not only at risk of suicide, however. They are also more likely to develop addictions to drugs and alcohol, to get into fights, to skip school, and to just become depressed. According to PhysOrg, children who are bullied are at risk of developing psychotic syndrome as early as in middle school. But it's not just hurting the victims. The Sacramento County Sheriff's Office reports that 1 in 4 children who bully will have a criminal record before they are 30. Bullying is often a cry for help. A child lashing out at others may simply be reflecting the way that they're treated at home, because many bullies are often bullied or even abused themselves. So what can we do about it? We have to intervene. You all have kids in your neighborhood, and if your street is anything like mine, the kids are always out playing, and they adore the big kids, especially the big boys. If I go out there and ask them to stop bullying, they might listen to me. But if my 6'1" brother gets out there and says, stop being rude and fighting, they listen to him. You have a greater influence than you think you do. So stop standing there when you suspect bullying might be happening, and intervene. Bullying is a subject that no one wants to talk about. Raise your hand if you have ever been bullied. Don't make the mistake of not talking about your experiences. The kids in your life need somebody to confide in. Be that person for them. And make sure that they know how to be a good friend. Victims want and need nothing more than somebody to confide in. Be that support system for the kids in your life and make sure they know how to do the same. Do not participate in or tolerate bullying in any form. Being a bystander is not only not helping the victim, it's also reinforcing the bully's message. Just standing there is hurting them more than you think it is. It is your prerogative to stand up and stop bullying. Intervene when the bully is happening. If just standing there is hurting them, how much worse is it if you participate in the teasing? Or if you laugh at them? It's not okay. On January 27th of this year, an 11-year-old girl named Ailee hung herself. In response to the 11-year-old's bullycide, the superintendent of her school district, Thomas Ben, said, "We are in sensitive mode. I am aware of bullying, but now is not the time to deal with it." If after an 11-year-old kills herself is not the time to deal with bullying, when is? Do we have to wait for a school shooting? Do we have to wait for somebody that we know to kill themselves? Or for somebody that we love to end up in the hospital? Because if we do as Thomas Ben suggested, nothing, that is what will continue to happen. But if we take these awful incidents as an incentive to stand up against bullying, to empower victims and not tolerate any form of abuse, I believe that we can change the world. If someone had known what was going on with Karen or with Ailee, I believe they would still be with us. Karen would have become a hairdresser. Ailee could have been a doctor. They had their whole lives ahead of them. You can change the world for someone by simply being their friend and not allowing anyone to torment them. If you stand up, the world won't be a place where a 7-year-old is afraid to go to school because he has been physically abused 4 times in the last year. My little brother won't be afraid to tell mom what happened during school. Your little sister won't make herself sick so that she meets the weight requirements to not be ostracized. Your best friend's brother won't take a gun to school. As the kids I talked to said, bullying is being mean. It results in suicide, mental problems, and addictions, and 16% of American kids are bullied. So don't waste any more time. This is our world now. We are the next generation of missionaries, lawyers, parents, doctors, and congressmen. And we have an influence. We can prevent any more obituaries like Karen's from being printed. Intervene every time you see bullying. Talk to your siblings. Make home a safe place for them. And whatever you do not participate in the bullying. In the words of a song by Mark Wills, "You don't have to be my friend, but is it too much to ask? Don't laugh at me. Don't call me names. Don't get your pleasure from my pain. In God's eyes, we're all the same. Someday we'll all have